Shalom. Back at you with another installment of Words of the Holy Prophets. Want to dive into Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 11 to 12. Also touch on breaking news. Right? As we know, the things that we read of in the prophets, in the Bible, are happening today in our world. Right? Those of you that are sleeping on the Bible, you're in for a rude awakening. Alright? It's either you see it now or you see it when it's too late, but the bottom line is you're going to see it. All right. So without further ado, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, our teachers that surely do rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to you men, brethren, around the four corners of this world that continues to spread this word, this gospel in all sincerity and in truth. Your brother Kalab, coming back to you with another bit of edification, the ears of Israel, mainly the elect. Before I play the clipping, Jeremiah 1 and verses 11. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. Then said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, unto me, Thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it. Lord will hasten his word to perform it. And this will be seeing today where it pertains to that which the Lord has proclaimed that these devils will do in our world. Alright? The Lord is hastening that cashless society, all in process of bringing in that Revelation 13:16 prophecy in full effect, the mandating of the digital implantable mark, right, that comes in the form of a chip known as an RFID or NFC chip or a brain chip. This is what is being pushed in the earth today, right? Like you see in the screen here, we go down to where it says Bill Gates. It says Bill Gates pushes digital ID for newborns in Kenya. Pushes is a push, is a hastening, right? The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has pressed that button, has pushed that button, poetically speaking, right? Causing these nations, causing the elites of this world to forward their new world agenda, their new world order, right? Their God complex, right? They're heading towards that, accomplishing being gods on the earth, right? And it's tied to having you electronically branded, right? And not just you adults out there, but even your kids, like it just said here, newborns in Kenya, right? Revelation 13:16 speaks about him causing all, both small, newborns, infants, children, and great, right? But when you go back here to Jeremiah 1 and verses 11, right, it mentions an almond tree. You go into this word almond tree, shaquad, right, which is almond tree, almonds, the nut almond tree, right, the almond tree or nut has been earliest in bloom, almond tree. But we're going beyond that, we're going deeper into it, we go into the origin of this word, which means to wake, to watch, to awake, be alert, to keep watch of, be wakeful over, to be wakeful, wake as mourner or sufferer, to be alert, that is sleepless, hence to be on the lookout, whether for good or ill, to hasten, remain, make watch. So the hastening, like Scripture say, haste thee to flee from these times, is to be on your watch. And what you're watching for is the prophecies of the Lord, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord. This is the things that you ought to focus on, that which is prophesied. And we live in a world today where there's a book. There's a book that ties perfectly in with your reality. What is written in that book is what's going to happen in front of your very eyes. And this is what is happening in today's time. Right? What these devils are doing has been prophesied, and those that are keeping watch, those that are not sleeping, those that are alert, those that are on the lookout, they understand what is happening before them, and that's your elect. You see, if you can't see this, if you're not on the lookout for this thing, you're not of the Lord's elect. As a clear indication, you're not a part of his number. Your name is not written in the Lamb's book of life. All right? The men of the Lord, the women of the Lord will be on their watch. The Lord even said in Isaiah 62 verse 6, he said, watchmen. He set watchmen upon their walls, and they would never hold their peace day nor night. So your true watchmen will be speaking about the things that they see. Why GMS does so much videos on the mark of the beast and the micro C hip? Because we have to speak. They will not hold their peace. We have to speak on what we see as the watchmen to give the people warning as to what these devils are coming with. Revelation talks about the mark. You have to know what the mark is to not, firstly, to not take the mark. You have to know what it is. And we see there's a lot of controversies behind what the mark is. A lot of false teachers coming up and trying to cast all sort of superstition as to what the mark could be. Some saying it's sin, embargo, things that don't make any sense. And just like I went into the word almond tree here, that's all they needed to do with the word mark in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. But they don't do so because they aren't your true prophets. They aren't your true watchmen. Right? The true watchmen are diligent as pertaining to knowing what stage of prophecy we are at, knowing exactly what the prophecies are saying, and giving the people the warning as it comes. Right? So to the clipping here, let's listen this and then we're going to bring a couple precepts. This ain't going to be too long. This is direct, straight to the point, another MOTB update. Right? Listen up.
But listen, I just told you in a very nice way. Now let me just put it blatantly to you. The program targets the birth of new babies. So once you have your baby, before your baby leaves the hospital, you no longer get a paper birth certificate, but then you get a digital one that is somehow implanted somewhere on somebody's body. Think about that, but have a listen to this.
The digital ID, which has been a big problem to us for a very long time, is now on a testing mode for the next 2 months. I have been assured by all the stakeholders, led by the ministries concerned, that by December, we will be able to launch digital ID where every Kenyan don't have.
And let me just say this, right? When I heard him say this, because I was just clipping already, right? When I heard him say this, it brought back a statement that was made to me by another prophet here locally, right? Shout out to that brother Shalom, right? The beloved brother Kwana. We having dialogue, and as we always do, even off camera, we speak about things concerning prophecy, measuring the times diligently in itself. And he mentioned that this year, this come December, could be a digital December. These are the words that came out of his mouth. A digital December. Right? And you heard what the individual here just said, right? He's been assured that coming this December, they are going to implement. Let me play it back so he could say it, right? Hearing it from the horse's mouth is always best.
We will be able to launch. I have been assured by all the stakeholders, led by the ministries concerned, that by December, we will be able to launch digital ID, where every Kenyan don't have to carry any paper, plastic or otherwise, as an ID, that they should be able to be identified digitally using their iris.
Now, this is all heading in one direction, to the four corners of the earth. He calls it all across there in Kenya, right? This is what we've seen happening, but it's coming soon near you. Right here in Trinidad locally, they're talking about cash. They're even pushing that cashless scene. They're pushing it very hard. They're even setting up what you call kiosks. You can look that up. KIOSKE. They're setting up a lot of kiosks promoting digital transaction, cashless transactions, right? And we know that is all going to lead to, just like he's saying here, a new form of ID, a new form of currency that is going to be not just on a card, but it's going to be on your body. It's going to be attached to you. And this is what the mark of the beast goes into. An imprinted mark, an imprinted mark, something that's going to be placed in your body. Right? The word charagma going back to the root word charax, which goes back to the root word grapho. Which when you go into charax, it goes into an engraving, an etching, right? A carving. So it's something that deals with a piercing, right? As we know that the rulers of this world, they are known as the serpent, and not just a serpent, the piercing serpent. That's who's in rulership today. He wants to pierce you. So this is what the hour of temptation is about. Are you going to bow to his system to keep up your livelihoods, right? And get pierced? Or are you going to resist? Are you going to put your trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? Are you going to stand up like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Ananiah, Azariah, and Mishael? What is going to be your case? And if you want to be one of those that stands in that day and resists in that day, you have to put your trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You have to be proactive, in fact. The Lord spoke about keeping the word of his patience so that he can keep you when that time comes. Because those that are going to not take that device are those that are of the Lord's elect. And the Lord's elect today, and also known as his wife, the scripture says his wife had made herself ready. You had to make yourself ready. If you just there going to work all engrossed in this world society, chances are you are going to take it. It's highly possible that you are going to be one of those to take that device. You have to be on your watch. You have to be ready. You have to understand what's happening. You have to know who your power is to call upon him, in fact. But these devils coming down with their agenda hard. Right now they're pushing it through the governments, through fair speeches. But very soon they're going to come down having great wrath. There's going to be concentration camps open. Right? It's going to be forced upon the people eventually. He caused it all. And it's a dragon we're speaking about. There ain't no puppy, no lamb. He's gonna use that dragon type force upon the people. So you're gonna need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh to give you that strength to resist. And the Lord has promised to send angels at our defense. But he's only gonna defend those that put their trust in him. Alright? Let's listen up to the rest of this and then close off with some precepts.
Or their fingerprints, and we can transact without the necessity of people struggling to identify who they are. And the proudest part of it is that we don't have to spend the billions. that we have spent on all the other manenos, as all of you know.
We're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein. Kenya is in serious trouble. Now, for you to accept this, that means you're going to be completely surveilled and controlled. Think about it. So they have targeted the new babies, of course, even the ordinary citizens, the grown-ups, the young ones, the teenagers, and even the elderly ones will receive this digital ID. But they will then create a new generation where they'll be completely under this digital ID and they have no choice.
Yeah, even she who just spoke there, if she is not a part of the Lord's elect, she is going to take it. She would love to keep her job, to feed her family. They're going to bring it to her as well. So it's not about seeing the danger in it. It's about who is going to be your defense. Where are you going to get the strength from to resist? Everyone goes to work to get the paper dollar, to get whatever form of currency there is now. Everyone tries to fit themselves within the system to get it. Even the Rasta man who claims that he living off grid and he joining Babylon system, he just have to go on the highway and sell nuts to get the paper money, the same paper money that these Babylon system, as they will call it, create. They create a system where you have to come to them for money, for their type of money, whatever type of money it is. Because, truth be told, the type of fiat currency we have today never always existed. You go back into Jackal Island and you see the creation, do your research. They'll carry you back to Jackal Island where these elites, they came up with the Federal Reserve notes. And everyone today has gravitated it. People have died over it. People have given their organs for it, right? They have submitted themselves to that form of currency that the elites of this world has pushed. And that's what's going to happen in the near future. Again, when they done away with or they do away with that cash and bring in their device. But we are not ignorant of his devices, right? A statement made, we always bring it up by Maya Amschel Bauer or Rothschild. Give them control or give him control of a nation's money and they don't care who make the laws. They saw what happened in Egypt. People's money failed. Everything they had failed and they only had what themselves left and they gave themselves over to the Egyptians. So when they create a system that is solely dependent on whatever currency they provide, they know they have total control. And this is exactly what they want. They want to be like the Most High, all powerful, all controlling. But the Lord has created a disappointment for them, which begins with his elect. The elect is not going to receive it. And their motive is to eradicate those that don't receive it, that they should be killed. Revelation 13:15. And even with that agenda, they're going to fail because there are those that who aren't going to take it, and the Lord is going to keep them alive, preserve them, be at their defense when the enemy comes in like a flood. And then ultimately, his son is going to return at their third world war, because apart from the mark of the beast, there's the third world war, the grand finale of it, in fact, that has to take place, nuclear destruction. So when this agenda is concreted, when they, as the scripture says in Job 20, when they're about to full the belly, the Lord is going to cause it where America is going to be destroyed. So that's why we haste this prophecy to take place, because after this prophecy happens and it's mandated around the four corners of the earth, the Lord is going to he's going to destroy them. He's going to stir up that way. He's going to climax that third world war. Russia is going to nuke America, the BRICS nations, even America's allies, the NATO, the EU. They're going to waste their nuclear missiles on America, on our homeland, Israel, to purify it, and different parts of the earth, right? In Europe, right, where the Vatican is, that has to be destroyed as well, right? Because the scripture talks about the false prophet also was burnt. So There's destruction coming. And we foresee it. We foresee the events that has to take place before that grand destruction. And it's going to be some testing times, times of tribulation, as the scripture speaks of, the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble that is going to come on the earth. And we see already seeing the uprisings, the tensions in nations, in Venezuela, even in Colorado, New York, Colorado, America, sorry. Right? These Venezuelans, gangs has taken over. As uproars of the people, all these things, 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16, these things are coming to pass. The Lord is hastening his words to perform it. It's Isaiah 26 and verse 11. It says, Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see, and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thine enemy shall devour them. Some of you all, you're going to see it too late. We're seeing it now, and we're trying to tell you, we're trying to warn you, this is what's coming. This is what they're heading at. Even in the news, it's coming across and showing you, hey, this is where these people are going. But you people, as the scripture says, seeing many things, but thou observest not. Because you all have an envy at us. A lot of these groups, right? You'll see a lot of Israelite groups who claim to be teachers of the Lord or woke. They don't teach the mark of the beast as we do. Because they understand the Lord has put them actually in a position where if they begin to teach it how we teach it, they're going to have to give double honors where it's deserved. They're going to have to give honor to whom honor is due. And they don't want to give honors to the men that they've been calling bombs. Right? Just like they didn't want to honor our apostles, right? The ones that actually brought out that Cornelius was an Israelite. Right? They just all adapted the teaching and didn't give the credit. But this mark here, which is more serious, is more serious than knowing Cornelius is an Israelite. Revelation 13:16, understanding Revelation 13:16 is more crucial, more important, and needful than understanding Cornelius is an Israelite. And this is what they're withholding from the people, that understanding of what the mark of the beast is, by telling them it's sin and it's an embargo and all kind of other shit. But they shall be, and they shall be ashamed. And as it ended here, the fire of the enemies is going to devour them. A lot of them are going to be destroyed for that. They're going to be a part of that nuclear destruction, fuel to that fire. And that is the day that we look forward to, right? As the scripture says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. We want to be in right standings with the Lord. So as we even see these days approaching and the agendas swarming in, we making it right with our maker. Now is not time to skylark and play with them, let them demons hop on you and do all kind of folly. Now it's time to take your relationship with your power serious. Now more than ever, as the scripture says, it's high time. Now it's high time to wake out of sleep. Your salvation draweth nigher than when you first believe. Alright? So some beautiful times that we living in. And the Lord send the prophets out here today to make the things that are happening before your eyes very plain. Right? He even used ancient prophets in ancient time to speak concerning the things that he is about to do. And these will be bringing out for you. We need to tell you about peace, love, and prosperity to come in the future. We have to tell you about these woeful events before the great day of our glory and our rest as a nation of people, because we're dealing with what's happening now. We ain't trying to fast forward things. We're showing you what's happening now. All right? Kingdom is going to come, yes, but this is what we faced with here now. This is what we're heading into here abruptly, hastily, suddenly. It's going to come upon you. It's going to come as a thief in the night, as the scripture says. So you have to stay on your watch. You have to be like an almond tree in these times. All right, so I hope this was edifying. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles. Our teachers are surely do rule well. And salutations and shalom to the Lord's elect. Keep feeding your faith, starve it out to death. Stay strong.